Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to an Encora Elements free education where we share quality education and we deliver free webinars where our SMEs who have live experience and who are working on current projects share their knowledge. And today we have the special topic AI driven quality engineering, which is something that is really important. And we have Mrudala with us today who will be delivering the session. Now, Mrudala has 15 years of experience in a variety of domains like security, healthcare, insurance, and after completing her engineering degree in 2005, she has grown into a current role as practice head and QA manager at Encora. She specializes in driving quality assurance practices, managing project deliverables, and leading automation initiatives. She is very passionate about continuous improvement and actively explores emerging tools and technologies to enhance QA processes. Her hobbies are singing, listening, and playing music, along with reading books. So, without wasting any further time, I'm going to hand the session over to Mrudala. And over to you, Mrudala.
You. So thanks, David, and thanks NPTEL IIT team for giving this me opportunity to share my knowledge with you all. So welcome to the webinar, and let's start with it. So our today's topic is AI-driven quality engineering. So first, we will see what will be the agenda for our webinar. So we'll see in brief what is QE, then importance of it, then how we can leverage the AI into it, different AI tools in different parts of QA, that is test case generation, test automation, test data generation, reporting, etc. Then benefits of it, that is using of AI in QA, risk associated with it, and then Gartner prediction for use of AI in QA 2025, 6, and 7. And some sample use cases I have taken a screenshots of it just for the understanding purpose. So that will be the agenda for our webinar. And if at all, if you are not able to hear me, if you are facing any issue, please let me know. Okay, so we'll see what is quality engineering. So everyone knows what is quality engineering, but just to give you a brief idea, quality engineering is a process where we make sure that the developed product or a software is meeting with the expected criteria with the standards. We have quality engineering in different domains. Now, how we can achieve this quality, or rather quality engineering? So there are different parts of quality engineering. So we can achieve it by, analyzing the different processes. We can suggest the improvements into it as a part of quality engineering. Then we can have the end-to-end testing as a part of quality engineering. But not only end-to-end testing again further consists of different things like test case generation, then test case writing, and then automating the written test cases, then executing it. And before all these things, there is a one important aspect of quality engineering, that is test strategy. So we can create a test strategy, then end-to-end testing. Then after execution of the test cases, we will get the reports, right? And then we will analyze those reports. We can document those reports. We come up with different matrices as a part of quality engineering. And then prevention of the defects, because if you are improving your processes at the very early stage of any development life cycle, then definitely you are preventing the defects, you are saving your cost, right? So these are some key parts of quality engineering. Now, when I say end-to-end engineering, I have said that the automation part, right? We have written the test cases, now we want to automate it. So automation is another big area in quality engineering. Everyone knows, right? So under automation, there are different umbrella or a spectrum, which is you can automate functional test cases, regression test cases, performance test cases, security, API. So many things are there under automation. So in every area, you can leverage AI usage in QE. So today we are going to see that. Okay, so this is about the quality engineering overview. This is quality engineering spectrum. So as I said earlier, quality engineering follows the shift left approach. So quality engineering, quality gets integrated from the very early stages of the development life cycle, right? From requirement analysis to the further all the SDLC cycles. Okay, so requirement analysis, then test planning, test development. Test development is nothing but the test case creation, test execution, test reporting. So in between test development and test execution, you can automate the test cases, you can execute it. Test result analysis, defect retesting, regression testing, and test closure. So this is a overall cycle I have just mentioned, or it is QE is not only this. There are many other aspects to QE, but this is a core part of QE. Hence, I have mentioned this here. And inside this diagram, I have just mentioned different testing types like unit testing, component testing, integration testing, system testing, and alpha and beta testing as a part of acceptance testing. In each testing, we are going to repeat the cycle of test case writing and execution and report. So this is a spectrum in nutshell. Now we will see what is the importance of quality engineering. So quality engineering is very crucial part in any industry. So what is the importance is nothing but if we are improving the process as a part of quality engineering, definitely in turn, efficiency is going to increase, right? Also, as I mentioned earlier, mostly we follow the shift left approach. So quality gets integrated in every phase of the development life cycle, right? From, very first like requirement analysis to till delivering the product and even after that. So that is nothing but the integrating quality at every phase of SDLC. And as a result of these three, like process improvement and integration of quality and efficiency, I'll not say efficiency, but process improvement and integrates quality. We get issues early. We find the issues early, and this helps us to reduce the cost at the end. That is, I already talk about the prevention of defects, right? So this is nothing but the same that identifies the issue very early. Improves collaboration. So QE involves the collaborating with various teams that is needed as a part of QE. And at the last, integration with security. So we cover security aspect from a very early phase, and that gives us a benefit of identifying the lacunas from the security perspective and mitigating that risk. So this is nothing but the importance of quality engineering. Now leveraging AI for enhanced quality. So we discussed many different parts of quality engineering, right? Test case generation, test automation, script generation, test data generation. So how to use the AI in each. So earlier, what used to happen is, according to Gartner, test case generation is taking almost 50 to 60% of your SDLC time, and only rest of the activities you can perform only into 40%. So to reduce this time required to generate the different test cases, we can use AI, because we have now AI tools which we can which will help us to generate the test cases if we give them the inputs in any form. But generally, we give the input in the form of user stories, the requirement, because requirement in turn converts into different user stories. So we can give the input as a user story, or in addition to that, with the correct acceptance criteria along with the user story. And this will come as a part of a prompt. If you give a proper prompt along with your user story acceptance criteria, and your need, like I want the test cases in the tabular format, I want test cases or specific test cases, then you can mention that into a proper prompt and you will get the test cases generated. So, and that will reduce the manual effort and you can invest your quality time into some other quality aspect. So that is an advantage of using AI into test case generation. Second part is using AI in test automation script generation. So when I was talking earlier about the automation, I said that automation has a different parts, like, or a different testing styles, uh, like functional or regression or API or performance or security. All this type of testing you can automate, right? So, sorry. For this kind of automation, you need to write down the scripts. Similarly, like test case generation, this is also taking time if you are writing on your own. Though you are very intelligent, very smart, still it will take some time to write down the scripts and then testing it on your own and then making it consistent, its maintenance. So all these things are time taking. So to avoid this or to reduce this time required, we can use AI here. So nowadays there are different AI tools which gives you and end-to-end testing packages. So which will generate the test script for you. A majority of testing tools where you can just record your UI and the script will get generated. So not even you need to write down the script for it. Or very low code tools are also available where not much coding knowledge is also required. But definitely script will get generated in a very reduced time. And at the same time, it will ensure the good coverage as it is automated or rather AI driven. And maybe in the further slides, we will see the concept of self-healing automated scripts. I just forgot to mention one thing in the test case generation. Test case generation, there are different tools we will see in the further slides. But in case of test case generation, the tools which are available, those are so smart. So those are removing the redundant test cases. Those are removing the dependencies as far as possible. And that's why it is achieving the test case optimization as well. That is another big benefit we are getting with the use of this. Third is test data generation. We need test data generation for many of the testing, especially when you are doing the performance testing. You need to generate the load, and that is very huge load, and it takes time to generate that load itself because it depends upon what kind of load you are generating. If you are working in the healthcare domain, then you have to follow the many standards so that you cannot share the like HIPAA compliance and all. So you cannot share the actual data with anyone, but at the same time you want to do the testing, right? So you need to come up with the test data which is mimicking the kind of realistic data, right? So test data generation is another opportunity, I would say, where we can use AI. Okay. Next section where we can use AI is predictive analytics. Definitely, this is very important. So how predictive analytics works? Predictive analytics works on the data which is already given or already added. So how this data we can get, how we can add it, right? Because somewhere you have to start from scratch. So how we get this data? So whenever you will execute your test cases, you will get the reports. And this report is nothing but the input to this predictive analytics. So this reports, it will analyze those reports. It will get self-learned and based on the algorithms definitely. And then it will give you the idea where you need to focus more, or the area where you want to do more testing, where the defects can be live. And based on that, you can do your further test planning. So this is nothing but the predictive analysis, and definitely there are some certain tools, and you can do this using ML and NLP. So this is for rest of the points. Tools are readily available. For this also, tools are readily available, but it will be always good if you want to use your own algorithm. You can write it. Reporting enhancement. Nowadays, reporting is very important. Earlier also it was important, but you have to do lot many things on your own to create the reports, right? Based on the data that you have, like execution, and then you have data with it, but you have to present it well. So for that purpose, nowadays we have many different tools where we are turning raw data into a very rich visuals, and also into an actionable intelligence, so that the rest of the people, maybe a management or a stakeholders, they can get more insights from it. They can learn whatever they want from looking at just a visual charts, or maybe graphs, and they can make their decisions based on that. So that is a reporting enhancement. Now we'll see what are the AI tools for test case generation. Let me do the time check. Oh, okay, I need to be a little fast. Sorry. So AI tools for test case generation. So there are many AI tools available in the market. I have named a few. So Tricentis Testim is one of them, Gru, Catalan, and ChatGPT. So these all tools will give you the test case generated automatically. And as I said earlier, all these have a capability of removing the redundancy, or the test cases which are kind of partially over. So it will analyze that, and it will remove it and optimize the test cases. So these are nothing but the AI tools for test case generation. And in everywhere, you have to give the input correctly, so that you will get output correctly. Now we will see another aspect of how we will get the output is that correct 100%, but at the end. AI tools for test automation script generation. So Testcraft, Applitools, Gemini, Selenium. Applitools majorly focus on the visual part. Testcraft is end-to-end codeless test automation platform. Gemini is used for the test automation script generation. All these keep the context of whatever you have mentioned earlier, so that the next further scripts will get generated correctly. Selenium is, as I earlier said, Selenium is nothing but a tool where self-healing automation comes into the picture. What is self-healing automation? So self-healing automation is nothing but it identifies um, the problematic elements which are getting failed after execution due to the change in the locators, and intelligently fix it without any manual intervention. So this is nothing but the self-healing automation. Selenium works with Selenium, and we will see its screenshot how it works at the end. But this and Selenium is not the only tool which is self-healing automation, which follows this concept. There are many others, rather in everywhere, but I have mentioned it here because Selenium is an open source library, and Selenium is also open source library. In market, most of the client asks for it rather than licensing, rather than asking for the licensing tool. Hence, I have just mentioned Selenium rather than, but there are many others too. AI tool for test data generation, GenRocket, Test Sigma, and Dataproc. So for these are test data generation and management tools. So there are different type of test data we can generate. Um, uh, Pattern test data, then sequential test data, then random test data, edge cases test data, realistic test data. So you can generate all these type of test data using these tools. So sometimes you will generate the test data which is mimicking the realistic test data. Sometimes you will generate the non-realistic test data. And uh, for healthcare, as I said earlier, you need to take care of test data generation. You have to do it very carefully, otherwise that can be problematic for you. So these are the different AI tools for test data generation. Test data generation is very easy. You have to just mention the name of the um, uh, uh, field that you want to generate, type of it, and the pattern, and it will get generated for you. AI tools for reporting, real report portal, Power BI, and Looker. And again, there are many other tools. I have just mentioning these tools just for, because I can't consider all the tools here, but these are the few of the well-known tools that are used for each category. So as I said earlier, these tools where we can convert the real-time data into rich visuals, and based on that, the stakeholders or the managers can take the decisions. They can get the more idea, and reports can be used for the detailed analysis. For this is input to a predictive analytics, and very important, because based on that only the further analysis can be done. Benefits of using AI. So why AI is used? So it is very clear that using AI, we are getting the output in the reduced time. We can use it on some other important work. So that will increase the efficiency. Then quicker delivery, that is time to market is lesser, because definitely accelerated development and the testing. Adaptability, this is important point, learning and improving over the time, which is needed for the predictive analysis. And another part of it is the person who is going to use AI should be aware of how to give the prompts correctly. So that kind of learning is also expected. Once you will learn it, then you can use it very well. But this training is required here. Better risk management for the predictive analytics, and definitely at the end of the day, cost saving. Risk associated in using AI. Okay, so I was talking about the output that we usually get after using the AI tools, right? So AI tools, or rather models, are trained on the publicly available data, and whatever output we are getting, that might break the IP or the copyright. So we need to be very careful about it. Second very important point is company policy. You need to be very aware of your company policy as well as your client policy. Whether can you use that data for using or generating the data using AI tools, and if not, how can you generate that? And every company will have these policies. You have to go through it. You have to understand it. Otherwise, it will be punishable. Second is accuracy and data quality. So another point is whatever data you are getting as a result, um, to understand its accuracy, uh, you need to do the manual review of it. It could be erroneous, because this is all automated and based on the available data. But whatever human intelligence is there, or the domain knowledge is there, that might not be reflect into the data that you will get as a result. So manual review is must for any result that you will get as a part of AI execution. And last is lack of transparency. So all these deep learning systems or the algorithms that are used as a part of AI are kind of black box. How it works internally, that is very difficult to find it out. And that's why you need to have a one look after the execution of your task using AI, and make sure that you have got the output correct, and then you can proceed for the its further processing. Gartner prediction for the future of GenAI use. So now we are at the end of 2024, but we will see the 2025. So for 2025, 30%, they are saying 30% enterprises will use the AI augmented development and testing strategies. By 2026, generative design AI, so that means the design aspect of AI will come into a picture, and it will cover the market of mobile and websites by 60%. And by 2027, nearly 15% of the new applications will get generated by AI without any human intervention. So there is a big market for AI, and that is definitely a future. But you need to be very careful. As I said, you need to consider all the risks that we have just seen before. And definitely, Gen AI can be used as a productivity booster, but you have to be very careful uh, for the result that you are using, that you are getting after using the Gen AI. Okay, so these are nothing but some screenshots that I have taken. So test case generation using ChatGPT. So here the prompt that I have given is, I have mentioned who I am and what I need, and how I need. Then again, I have given the description. Description is nothing but the kind of details of the requirement. What is my requirement? And here some exports and imports of the files are needed from S3 into S3 in DynamoDB. And these are the acceptance criteria. So nothing but I have given a one user story for which I need to write down the test cases. So in the acceptance criteria, it is mentioned whether the count from the export and import should be matching, and the import what should be the count, in the export what should be the count. So all these things I have given as a part of prompt in the ChatGPT, and this is nothing but the output that I have got. So this is the first output I have got, where I have got these three test cases. But then I thought of, some boundary scenarios and some invalid email formats. So further, I have modified my prompt here. If you are say, can you please write the test case for boundary scenarios, and some more conditions I have given, so that I can get the test cases which I want. And he has, ChatGPT has given me this further test cases. The context is same. Any AI tool will save your context and give your output based on your context. So that is a really good part of it. This is the last, that is self-healing test automation tool, Selenium. So as you can see, this is the open source library that works with the Selenium. So I have taken the Selenium code itself. In the Selenium, if you are able to see, driver is equal to self-healing driver dot create is nothing but the creation of the self-healing driver. And this self-healing driver will, it will dynamically find the element, rather locate the element. And when there will be a change in the locator, it will be automatically heal the locator, or the fix the problem, or the change the locator by itself, and it will generate it. Okay, but at the end it will give you the report which was failing, how it is fixed, so that you will come to know what was the changes over there. So this is the healing report. Maybe you are not able to see it clearly, but they have mentioned like what was the name, what was the type earlier, and then afterwards what was the self-healing value and the type. So there are four things, those got changed by Selenium, and it works properly. So there are a lot many things to talk about the AI in QE, but due to time constraint, I am done with my presentation. If at all you have any questions, do let me know. And there is a huge future for AI in any industry, likewise AI in QE as well. So we can have a tool where all these things can come along with it. Like for example, we have different tools, different AI tools, those are doing different things. So there could be a futuristic tool which can give all these things in one, and that will be the best part of it. And it maybe it has started already. If not, you can start it. So that's all. Thanks everyone for your patience, and hope it is useful.
Thank you, Mrudula. If there are any questions, I will let you know.
Sure.
And thank you everyone for joining. Thank you.
Thank you.